It seems like every console has just as many flops as it does great games. Is there any system with more greats than bombs?
Yeah, I mean,
You're leaving out average games, though.
Because
most games usually are kind of average, too. All right.
one definitely comes to mind, and one kind of comes to mind.
Please.
The one that jumps to mind immediately is the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Why? It has a very small library with a lot of first-party support, almost entirely first-party support. Basically, every game that SNK put out on that system was fantastic fun to play. There was very little third-party intervention. Most of the bad games on the Neo Geo Pocket Color came after SNK was bought out by Aruze, and they are the pachinko and slot machine games and things like that. Really, I mean, I know it's a niche system, but when you look at the library as a whole, provided that you're a fighting game fan or a fan of SNK to begin with, there's almost no duds. I mean, the system just nails it out of the park with almost everything. I mean, baseball stars. I mean, it's a good system. The other one that comes to mind for me, and it's also for kind of the same reason, is the Sega Dreamcast. And people can laugh, but it also has a small library. It also had a lot of first-party support, and it had a lot of good third-party support in Capcom, who put out a lot of fighting games. And I'm just drawing parallels now in my mind between it and the Neo Geo Pocket Color. If that is your thing, the Dreamcast has lots of great games to play on it, and even the average games. I mean, if we're trying not to count average games, there aren't. I mean, yes, there are some acclaimed flops and some flops from other third parties. There are the sports games which were not flops, but now clog up the flea markets, and that's why people might think the Dreamcast doesn't have such a great library. But there is a lot of good stuff.
Was there 300?
I think it's like 252 or something like that. So anyway, I mean, yes, a lot of games are more 50-50, or hell, they're even a quarter to three-quarters bad. But I think the smaller the system and the more it fills a niche, the more likely you are to have it not. The more likely you are to have it with more good titles than bad.
The larger, the more popular and larger the more popular the system and larger the library, the bigger the chances where you have more shovelware.
Yep.
Obviously, more, let's say, looser restrictions on what comes out in your system.
Look at the Wii, the Game Boy Color, and the GBA.
And the 2600.
Yeah.
Throw those in there. You might as well. So it has to be a smaller system, maybe where you can't afford to have all shitty games. You got the TurboGrafx 16 isn't a bad one for...
Yeah, no, I almost thought about mentioning that.
You want to include the CD games? Actually, there's more, probably better CD games than worse CD games.
The AES MVS?
Sure.
Once again, SNK filling a niche. I mean, lots TurboGrafx. Why? Largely first-party support. Lots of quality control.
Yeah. They couldn't afford to have first-party games to be absolute shit.
Right.
The Atari Supervision comes... I still don't have a Atari Supervision.
I do. With no games for it.
The Gamecom... I passed it up at the swap meet like twice, and I shouldn't have. I was like, I don't want to pay like $15 for this piece of shit.
Every time we get one, and I'm like, no. If it ever came with Resident Evil 2, I'd get it for Vonnie as a
Next
joke.
time, let me know when a Supervision comes in. I'll want one.
All right.
We can get it for Ian's Happy Handhelds.
I have one. You got it for me. It has a cracked screen.
I did buy it for you?
Like, when you first moved here, but it has a cracked screen.
See how nice a friend I am.
I've never even put batteries in it because I don't have a game for it, but yes, you are nice.
Why did I get one for myself before Ian? I'm not selfish.
Because I like handhelds.
Oh. Damn, I'm too nice.